Welcome back to this wellness talk related to the coronavirus. We have been talking for last 10 days and today is the 11th day. So 11th number itself, the number 11 itself is very important as you, if you follow the number system, the numerology, that talks about 11 like the two ones, they stand for transformation. It's like a door, like you pass through the door, it opens up new opportunities. So from the numerological point of view, from astrological point of view, I believe transformation is happening. And today for the first time I saw in California, we are in the Fremont, so at least it's very beautiful and sunny. So the sun also represents a lot of transformation. The time right now, the midnight somewhere else, and right now the noon time, that also talks about transformation. And a lot of things, I think we have already done so much. I think the time is right now to set the journey of healing in a global way. We have already been afraid so much. We have already been quarantined so much. So let's pray. Today is a special day to bring a beautiful change, a positive change to the whole pandemic of coronavirus. So with that intention in mind, let's start something to talk about the power of forgiveness. That's the topic I want to talk about. I've already talked about how it is important to make a 3F strategy, like you fight, you flee, or have the divine flow onto you, but no fear. So fight, flee, or flow, but no fear. Like I always talk about desire, dream, and drive, but no doubts. So desire, dream, and drive, that happens at 3 different levels. One happens at the spiritual level, one happens at the mental level, one happens at the physical level. But if you allow the doubts to come in, it acts like a demon, and that takes everything out. So doubts, fear, mistrust, all these things are negativity. And then these negativities are the breeding ground for the negative elements like viruses. So now we have to talk about what else we can do to improve the positive aspects of our life. And today I'm going to tell something about a very powerful technique that we practice in our yoga and meditation classes. It's a very powerful technique coming from a Hawaiian tradition. It's called Ho'oponopono. If you Google it, you'll find it. There are a lot of music, a lot of meditations about Ho'oponopono. It's a very complicated name, but very simple to practice. Let me tell you about the story behind it. So the story goes in a simplified way, like there was a jailer, in charge of a prison in Hawaii long time ago, and he was in charge of thousands of these hardcore criminals, very notorious. You can't even think about what kind of harm they can do if they're in front of you right now. So they were very hardcore criminals, and this jailer was given a task of not only just administering the normal way, but also do something specific about how to transform them, how to transfer their spirit, how to transform their mindset. So it so happened that this jailer himself was very spiritual in nature, and then he believed in the power of healing, power of forgiveness, power of love, all these wonderful concepts. So he did a lot of research about the ancient science of healing. And it so happens that he found something spectacular in the past that the Hawaiian tribes used to practice. And he found this whole technique called Ho'oponopono. So the whole concept is about 4 words that we have to speak. The first word or a first concept, in different orders you can change, but I like this order. First is love. Nothing more powerful than the love. In our past talks, we have already talked about how important it is to have love in our life. So love is the first concept. And of course, the other magic word is I'm sorry. And the third one is forgiveness. And the fourth one is I'm sorry about it. So sorry, forgiveness, love, thank you. So these are the 4 words. So how it goes, like think about, if you happen to introspect something about something deeper in your life, you might notice that you might have made some mistakes, knowingly, unknowingly, out of anger, out of frustration, out of annoyance. So whatever that could be, we all make mistakes. So out of those mistakes, when you have already coming to a state of repentance, you always try to seek forgiveness, isn't it? Like, sorry, I made a mistake unknowingly, please forgive me. And then somebody forgives you. There's always a second chance. And you thank you for that person or your own self for being so kind to thank you. And of course, after that, you say, I love you for giving me a second chance. So this is the order. Like whatever way that you think about, you have love to start with, then thank you for giving you a second chance, and you're really sorry about making a mistake, and then you're seeking forgiveness. I put it as a lightning symbol. Like you think about that lightning symbol, like an S in a powerful way, just like lightning. So the first component is love, L. The second part is T, thank you. The third part is S, I'm sorry. And the fourth part is, please forgive me. So why it is so important? Yoga talks about the whole universe is one being. We have already talked about there is only one supreme consciousness, one supreme divine intelligence that we all share. If you believe in the core concept of yoga and Vedanta, they talk about we are pure awareness. We are all called Satchidananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, and pure bliss. That's our true nature. So that pure consciousness is flowing through this body-mind instrument to experience life through our sense organs, through our organs of legs and hands and all these things. So essentially we are all sharing the same consciousness. So when we are sharing the same consciousness, whenever something comes to your awareness, you are responsible for that. That's the whole concept behind it. Like in this case of the story, the Hawaiian jailer. So when he became in charge of transforming the thousands of criminals' life, so he took that as a responsibility. So if something happens in Japan, like an earthquake, when you come to know about that, you are responsible for that. When something happens in Miami, in Florida, burglary happens, you come to know about that, you're responsible for that. Or death happens somewhere else, you're responsible for that. Somebody gets sick, you're responsible for that. So whenever you become aware of anything that's happening in the world, the moment it comes to your awareness, your consciousness, you partake of responsibility collectively. And during that time of responsibilities, instead of just blaming somebody or finding why it happened, asking a question mark, you say like, how can I take care of this? So that is where these four techniques work very handy. You say, I love you, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to do something about it. I'm so sorry that it happened, and please forgive me that I was not there, I could not do anything, or whatever way that you bring that a sense of forgiveness and urgency of forgiveness and try to talk about it. You know, we used to write applications like to whomsoever it may concern. Even in all the legal matters, we write that to whomsoever it may concern. So likewise, it doesn't have to be a particular person that you're talking about this. It could be yourself. It could be self-dialogue with your God. Hey God, you gave me an opportunity. I'm so thankful to you. I so still love you. And please forgive me. Thank you for giving me a second chance. I'm so sorry I goofed it up. You know, I have been coming here to this life millions of times. I still play, but I forget about the real goal of my life, and again I come back again, right? So whatever dramatic way that you can extend these four concepts and make a story out of it, love, thank you, forgiveness, and being sorry about it. They're the four magic words. You can listen to the song, but the whole idea behind is that you are aware of happening things around you, and when you have the opportunity to do something, use this technique. And right now, the whole world is aware of one thing, is the coronavirus pandemic. So think about the power of our awareness. It could have taken billions and trillions of dollars, literally, to create a program to draw attention of all these 7.5 billions of people in the planet. And what a tiny virus did it. So we should be grateful about the virus also. We should be practicing forgiveness for that virus. We should be practicing forgiveness for whoever caused that. Because there is a bigger power of forgiveness. If you start becoming violent, there is limited power. But if you start practicing non-violence in your words, thoughts and actions, there is a lot of power, immense power. And when you practice forgiveness, you don't practice for yourself. You don't practice for others. You practice for yourself. Because you lessen the burden from your heart that you've been carrying, that weight of somebody said something out of anger, out of frustration, out of annoyance, out of ignorance, and you've been carrying that all time. There's a story that I remember. It's a very powerful story. Probably most of you have heard about it. So this context is very important. There were two monks. One is a senior monk and one is a junior monk. So they started from their hermit to a downtown to buy some groceries. And they, after did everything in the city, they were coming back. And it so happened that when they have to come back, they have to cross the river on a bridge. So they were walking, the senior monk was walking in the front, the junior was following him. And then they saw that a woman was getting drowned in the water beneath the bridge, in the river. So without losing a single word, a single moment, the senior monk just jumped onto the river from the bridge, just grabbed the woman, because he was capable of swimming, and just took about maybe a minute or two to put her down on the bank of the river. And rescued her without even looking at her, without even saying anything. He just started walking back again and joined the junior monk who was standing for him. And then they started walking towards their ashram. On the way, all the way, the junior monk was started asking questions to the senior monk. Hey, we are not supposed to think about women. We are monks, we are swamis, we are sages. Then you violated all the rule and then you grabbed that woman, you hold her close to you, and then you did a sin. Such a great sin. And like that, he started talking about in this manner. For hours. It took about all 3 hours to talk about finding fault with the senior monk. Why did he follow his instinct and then jumping back and rescuing that woman rather than following the rules of the ashram or rules of their monkhood? And the senior monk was very silent all the time. He was just listening, he was listening without any word. But just before the ashram came, he just opened his mouth and asked this junior monk, hey, I just grabbed that woman for 2 minutes. And now you have been holding that woman in your mind for the last 3 hours. Right? I just grabbed her for 2 minutes. I just left her in the bank of the river. But now you have been talking about her, you have been thinking about her for the last 3 hours. So think about, in our own life, somebody said something nasty 20 years ago. And I've been carrying that all my life in my heart. He probably did something out of mischief, out of something, I don't know about that. He went back in his life, enjoying his life. But now, poor me, I'm thinking about that all day, all night, practicing different kind of anger, frustrations, different kind of plots in my mind, how to take the revenge, sometimes depression, sometimes anxiety, and all those kind of things is happening in my life. Just a single thing that happened, he just talked about one time, probably less than 10 seconds, and that has been hurting my heart for all these 20 years. Who is fool? Am I the person who really attacked me for one time? Or I've been sabotaging myself? I've been self-sabotaging myself. I've been cursing myself. I've been doing that pity party all my life. So that's the perspective that you have to really build up. So think about the power of forgiveness. If anybody and everybody practices forgiveness for whatever way that we have hurted our own self, because we are the biggest culprit to our own self, more than anybody else, believe me, that we do harm to our own self all the time. Other people don't do that much as we do it to our own self. So practicing self-forgiveness is a very important practice of spirituality. practicing forgiveness for others on a daily basis, because knowingly or unknowingly, out of our subconscious mind, we have been doing these kind of small crimes, petty crimes all our life. So when we take the responsibility of practicing forgiveness for our own self and others in a formal way by using something like this Ho'oponopono technique, I love you, I thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Just chant like a mantra. Everything is a mantra which has the power to protect your mind, to protect your heart, to protect your life. And now, in this context of coronavirus pandemic also, if everybody in the entire world right now practices for 4 days, just for 4 days, whatever time that you have, love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I believe there could be transformation in the world. Let's guarantee ourselves that we are going to practice. Karmanyeva adhikarastha ma phalesu kadachana. We have only the power to practice, not the result of it. So let's put our practice together. This is only a concept of 4 words. I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And I believe it has the power of that lightning. LTSF. Love, thanks, sorry, please forgive me. In whatever way that we have caused this pandemic, whether by eating that bad soup or by creating ill will inside the virus, whatever that could be, out of anger, out of frustration, out of annoyance, out of ignorance, we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. To err is human. So let's seek forgiveness from the Almighty, from the God, from the universe, from the nature, from all those wild animals, and try to consolidate this practice together for 4 days from now. 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there. Please practice this. And if you want to learn more about that, I will send some links. I'll post some links in the comment section of this video so that you can practice it. There are beautiful songs around it. So let's rejoice with a bigger intent of transformation happening through the power of forgiveness. So let's have the simple practice today. I will talk about all different aspects of the different stories that has happened when you practice forgiveness, to particularly when you are having some kind of disease and sickness. So when you practice forgiveness during the time that you have a downtime, you are going through a adversity in your life, then those kind of things will be the powerful time, because you will be fully believing in that. Because all your focus is on how to heal yourself. So right now is the opportunity for all of us. The world can come together with one concept of forgiveness and try to transform this present time towards health, happiness and success for everyone. So friends, we have been doing whatever that is possible to this lockdown way, that we have been promoting a lot of yoga, meditations, healing, satsangs throughout the week, throughout the days, at least 3 times. I myself been doing it like an e-ashram. This Wellness by All Means has become a e-ashram. Right, we do morning class 6:45 a.m., then evening class 6:45 p.m. In between we talk this wellness talk. On Fridays we invite a lot of teachers from the world to experience different kinds of healing techniques. So if you happen to know somebody that you would recommend, please send some information to me directly so that we can have a Friday. Last Friday we did 2 hours of chanting on Pranasakti mantras, very powerful mantras, with Yogacharya Arun Kumarji, Guruji Vishwanathji. He will come and talk about the power of mind, the power of subconscious mind, how we can heal. So likewise, every Friday we will have this healing satsang, and every Sunday also we are trying to have a special Jagannath bhajan and satsang. So there are a lot of things that we are trying to do to upkeep our emotion, upkeep our courage and spirituality, so that we can fight with this fear that is building up in everybody's mind. A group psychosis is building up, so we have to find it. Before I complete, I think I wanted to share this also with you. One of the WhatsApp audio which came from possibly like a worker in the field somewhere, or working in a factory in Wuhan in China. He talks about that people are recovering faster because there is no vaccine. This is a very non so dangerous virus. If you take only hot water about 4 times a day, and then take a steam to warm up this area where the virus can be killed. Take hot milk, and then maybe you can add up turmeric powder into that. But usually just by taking hot water 4 or 5 times throughout the day, and then take steaming or cleaning up all these hands and everything, just by taking precautionary measures, hot water and steaming, he said that within 4 days, even if you somebody has a positive coronavirus, on the 5th day he said that that thing will turn negative. I think that's a very simple technique. At least there is no harm to it. You don't have to get an FDA approval for this. We know hot water we have been drinking all our life. So take hot water more, at least 4 or 5 times, hot milk and steaming, just like a steamer or use a blow dryer, all these things. So whatever you can increase the temperature of the air or the water that around you to breathe, to inhale, and do some square breathing practice. I believe everybody can be healed much faster. So those are the kind of tips that I wanted to give today, and most importantly, practicing forgiveness. That was the concept that we talked. So let's practice this simple technique of forgiveness for 4 days using this Hawaiian technique of Ho'oponopono. Did I complete the story? Within 6 months of time, this jailer who was in charge of transforming 2,000 hardcore criminals were able to, all he was doing is take a file about a particular prisoner and then put it on a table, and for 5-10 minutes he just chant this mantra, I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and connect to his soul, to the souls of the prisoner, and then transformation is happening. So friends, this transmission can happen without words, without thoughts, just by an intent. So if you intend to seek forgiveness, no matter whether you are able to speak out your mind to that person or not, the forgiveness will be granted. There is one global consciousness. The awareness is all one. So whenever it comes to your awareness, and particularly right now, everybody is aware of this coronavirus pandemic. Let's try to transform with our willpower, with a spiritual energy, with a collective power of humanity. We will be successful. I wish you all the success. Let's complete this practice with just 1 minute of meditation. And keep your palms together today. Think about your heart center in a very balanced state. As you breathe in and out, think about Prana Shakti as the Supreme Mother's unconditional love, always eager to forgive, always eager to love, always eager to extend her unconditional love to her heart. So allow that heart to pump blood to every part of her body with a spiritualized power, the power of love, the power of thank you, the power of sorry, the power of forgiveness is getting transmitted as we focus on our breath. Inhale and exhale a couple of times. Now your whole body is getting filled with this beautiful divine feelings of love and forgiveness. It's spreading out to all those people around you. All the hearts in this world right now are getting transformed with the power of love, forgiveness, thank you, and a feeling of sorry. So globally, we are all practicing this forgiveness right now. Anybody who listens to this video, even later time also can practice together. The Akashic record always holds the information collectively. The universe is more intelligent than us. So let's trust that intelligence of the universe, the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, to further guide us to see this transformation by practicing just 4 days. So commit to yourself as you practice this meditation that for 4 days you'll be practicing a simple technique of Ho'oponopono. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Let me repeat 2 more times, just like a mantra. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. May everyone be safe and healthy. May everyone see things auspiciously and goodness in others. May there be no miseries, no unhappiness, no sadness, no grief with anyone. May there be peace. Om, peace, peace, peace. With that, namaste.